department, they thought I was an intelligent fellow. So I learned a lot. It was very interesting.
Nice, nice.
And this was before computers, so we had big calculating machines on our desks.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ancient times.
Nice, nice.
And this was before computers, so
Yeah.
we had big calculating machines on our desks.
Oh, wow.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the Poetry Reading with Fertile Brains. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your Prasanna Kumar Kurani. Thank you, Rachel, for feeding in last week, and thanks. You're having a great day, all my dear friends. Get started and let's begin with Swarna. Swarna, how are you doing?
I'm
Please
doing
share
good,
your
Prasanna. How
piece.
are you? Should I start with my poem? I am doing one poem today. So here goes. Watching you writhe in pain, I dream of devouring the darkness whole. Or if not, at least a healing balm to soothe your bones. Why is it that you got the bigger share of misery when I would have gladly exchanged lives, if only to relieve your soul of endless torture? I would give anything to be your protector, but how can I protect you from things that hide in the darkness? How can I watch the guilt and shame just beat you down into a pulp every day, like bullies stuffing you into a high school locker? I would give anything to be your lover, but how can I find my way through all the self-hate? What is it that makes you think of home? Is it me, or your family, or God, or nature? What can I use as an anchor to bring you back to me when you explode from all the insanity? I breathe for you, but breathing is not enough. I must fight for you. I must fight your demons to reach your heart. And I will, for as long as it takes. For I know that you will defeat your demons one day, and everything I say will resound in your heart like a holy prayer set to the sound of love. You will come to know all the good things I have always said about you as truth, and the universe will open up for you. I will scatter the bones of your ancestors and let them speak to you of how proud they are of you. I will watch their words lift you up to the sky where you belong, seated in the lap of the Lord. You will never again doubt yourself or your abilities, for they are a part of you, and you are strong and capable, like the arms of a mother that hold her child close. You will hold your life close to you with love instead of disgust and fear, and the universe will bow its head to the King that has made his triumphant return to the land of heaven.
Wow, how beautiful. Must fight ourselves always, thank you, Swarna, for sharing your wisdom lines. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was full. It is bright. Let's go across to Dr. Sreedharan Parokode. How are you, sir, doing? Please share your rendition. Yeah.
Am I audible, Ji? Yeah.
Sir, yes, please go ahead.
എന്തിനു വെറുതെ വന്നു നീയൻ ചന്തം പൂശിയ പൂങ്കുയിലേ എന്തിനു വെറുതെ വന്നു നീയൻ ചന്തം പൂശിയ പൂങ്കുയിലേ ആരു പറഞ്ഞു അങ്ങേ വീട്ടിലൊരാളായി അങ്ങനെ നിന്നിടാൻ ആരു പറഞ്ഞു അങ്ങേ വീട്ടിലൊരാളായി അങ്ങനെ നിന്നിടാൻ നിങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിൽ വന്നു വിളിക്കും കുഞ്ഞിക്കിളിയെ കണ്ടില്ലേ നിങ്ങളുടെ വീട്ടിൽ വന്നു വിളിക്കും കുഞ്ഞിക്കിളിയെ കണ്ടില്ലേ എല്ലാം ഒന്നാണെന്നൊരു ചിന്ത കൊണ്ടു നടക്കാനാവില്ലേ എല്ലാം ഒന്നാണെന്നൊരു ചിന്ത കൊണ്ടു നടക്കാനാവില്ലേ. Malayalam is over. And a small English poem. Okay. Brotherhood. Let us have the garden and colors of the flowers with love, faith, and tolerance for everlasting enthusiasm and vibrant beauty of brotherhood. Let us have the garden and colors of the flowers with love, faith and tolerance, for everlasting enthusiasms and vibrant beauty of brotherhood.
Let's have the garden with full of colors. And, one yes, and I believe that's beautiful. Give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Sreedharan Parokode. Please go. Let's go across to our magician. What do you call? Yeah, Richard. Spacek.
Thank you so much, my friends. An honor to be with you as always. I understand that you've got the monsoon season coming up on you in India, and I want to share a little poem I wrote about rain. I tried to imagine myself riding a raindrop down from the sky. So it's called Rain Research, Dancing Down. Rain Research, the tall fall, wearying, tearing, slow, swirling pause before the fainting tall fall. From high clouds, polished by the wind-wending winds, high clouds, wispy tendrils curl like moving things evolving, shifting wings, scattering the sun's powerful beams that bear the burden the wavelets sing. Waves, quanta pierced, brighten the molecular bend, redirected, sent by mighty molecular bonds, breaking, shaking states, passing, paused by the solar passion's paint, to collide and coincide and collect, slaked to break, spinning, arcing, bumping, microscopic dust, pollen, carbon filaments, cooler gases slowly gel, molecular water collects, collides, abides, and turning tumbles slowly, aggregating, undulating waves barely break water, moisture, mist, spinning, molecular mazurkas, mass threads pass, running rivulets of moisture's mission, never but ever bouncing in buffeted threads, combining, twining all about, dancing, darting, swirls and curls of earth breath, gravity, slowly swallowing, bouncing bundles, tiny molecular water, fast falling, shaking hands to blending descend, thermals bleed off, the water leads off, bringing, binging, blending, downward sending, water wrapped around the tiniest particles blending, surface tension wears its particles proudly, decorating these tiny scintillating bundles, thunders, as the aggregating bundles begin, the narrowing, billowing ballet and the downward sail, without fail they seek the earth, tumbling, bumping, growing, glowing, falling faster, the laughter when the tumbling water falls, runs down the hills of the wind, racing the gusts, drip the sky rivers tumbling, racing cascades into the puddles at your feet.
Wow. Great imagery. Yes, gravity is swallowing up. It's a highly, it's a concerning fact. Please give it up for Richard. Please welcome, joining us for the first time, Miss Rupali Pandey. Please turn on your mic, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, esteemed poets and authors. And for the first time, I'm joining here. Thank you, Prasannaji, for welcoming me. And thank you, Richard, for giving us a extending hand so that we can narrate and the world knows about me. And the world knows about everybody. So today I'm reciting from my published book, which is Colorful Insight, Seeking of True Life. And the title of the poem is Celebrate Yourself. I'm a flame that will not fade, a song of strength that I have made. Through every storm, through every fall, I rise again, I stand up tall. I wear my scars just like a crown. I will not let my spirit down. Each step I take, each dream I see, is proof of all that lies in me. I do not wait for praise to shine. My heart itself is light divine. With hope and courage as my guide, I walk through life with truth and pride. So here I stand, both proud and free, becoming all I am meant to be. I celebrate my soul, my way. I celebrate my soul, my way, and choose myself each single day. Each single day. Thank you so much.
Excellent, ma'am. Indeed,
Thank
a
you so much.
colorful
Thank you.
insight of life. Thank
Yes.
you for joining and thank you for sharing your piece. Please keep
Thank
joining and keep sharing your pieces.
Sure, sure.
Give
Prasanna.
it up for Miss Rupali Pandey, my dear friends. Thank you once again. Next up is Dr. Deena Padayachee. Dr. Deena
Good
Padayachee.
evening. Good day. Good day. Sorry, I had to get the thing going. I'm using my phone, so I hope you can see me. Here we go. Yeah. I'm speaking from Durban in South Africa. It's lovely to be among the poets again. And Prasanna, it's lovely to have you in charge again. It's very nice after a long hiatus. And of course, Richard and all the other poets that I know so well over the years. We're in autumn in South Africa. This is one of the best times of the year for us. There's very little humidity, and it's not too cold and not too hot, so it's wonderful. Um, the poem I'm going to recite is a poem I wrote during the COVID-19 pandemic. And what's happening now to the world is because of the fuel price going up so skyrocketing. A lot of us now are sort of how can I put it, incarcerated in our countries and in our homes because it's become very expensive to travel. And of course, the food prices have skyrocketed as well. So the whole world is afflicted, just like in COVID-19. But this time, it's the whole crisis has been manufactured by people, not a virus. So this poem, COVID-19, was again published by the kind offices of Glory Sasikala of Glomag, and she's based in Chennai. COVID-19. Locked down savages are stopped from their endemic invading, stealing, pillaging, raping, destroying, duping, bullying, smothering, and murdering. Lockdown beings are afraid of the air, of dating, of lovemaking, of multiplying. Lockdown beings are even afraid to come together to pray. Lockdown humans are fearful of the very hands that subdued the planet. Their fingers are now instruments of their own deaths. Lockdown beings that locked up much of the planet for themselves are now locked up. Suddenly, humans who have always been virally predatory, virally multiplying, virally unjust, virally kowtowing before power, are being attacked by viruses which are more viral than human viruses. Invisible, stealthy, invasive, predatory, solely existing for the destruction of the human species. Viruses more murderous than humans, viruses that target the healers who try to stop them. They cull the human tsunami and stop the vicious, arrogant ones in their tracks, make them cower in terror, make them fear the very air that they breathe, make them fear the touch of their own species, make them seek life and solace in solitude. Human noise is at last quietened. The voices of other species find life. Multitudinous humans are stopped from breathing. The earth begins to breathe again and flower. At last, the peace of nature is returning to the planet. At last, the earth begins to heal as the asphyxiating, suffocating, polluting, fractious human horde is itself suffocated by a microscopic foe. Proud humans' power, the vengeance of the earth is at hand. You know, what I realized when I was writing this poem is that human beings are always making war on each other. But for those few years that COVID-19 was the king of the planet, the humans were infecting each other, and so they couldn't invade other countries. So we had a little hiatus of a kind of peace during that period of time. And of course, now COVID-19 is not so predominant, and humans are back to what they seem to love to do, killing each other. What I noticed was that the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, back at that time, had many of its sailors infected with COVID-19. And then suddenly, this huge aircraft carrier, which cost so much, was not able to make war on anybody. And that in itself was a message to all of us to not make war. But of course, humans love to make war. Thank you.
What a great sarcastic take, sir. Brilliant. Very well put. And, the insecurity is looming around across the
Thank
world.
you.
Brilliant. Please give it up for Dr. Deena Padayachee. Please welcome Dr. Mr. Achara Lantern Carrier, Manatita Hutchinson.
Thank you, my brother. Great to see you. My visionary murmurings soar towards the allure of your charisma and elegance. I sail confidently to that junction where our love is a fire of ecstatic delight and moonlit affinity. The rhythm of my today's pulse dances, my tomorrows reveal fertile meadows harvested to joy, woven from the challenges of yesterday's sorrows, the sad traumas of past remorse. Now love bathes my mind, heart, and soul, each longing surrendering to your sunlit smile, your moonlit gaze gleaming with reticence and charm. This makes my knees and limbs throb with ecstasy. Sweet charm, balloons may be of various colors, giving a unique boon to each soul, yet they all contain the same expansive breath of air. Not so with you, my queen, for you glow in your diversity, excel and blend in the pulse of every breath. Beloved, people say that the greatest gift I will ever have is another day of life. But my poetry says, of what use is another dawn in chains and mental struggles without the light of your peerless beauty? My heart and lips have savored the sweetness, while the glow of my soul sings your praises. I can see the fertility of the lush green plains where we once strolled together, holding hands like a modern-day Adam and Eve, steeped endlessly in an enduring love. We bask in the vista of verdant trees and foliage, watch the daisies and rhododendrons unfurl to your unhurried majesty and poise, their radiant beauty, a signature of love's munificence to us all, to Gaia, to creation. To write about you, to extol your virtues, renders me helpless. You are the light of my today and tomorrow's, my eternal journey. My keyboard does its best, and Microsoft facilitates our tryst. Yet, how can the night explain to anyone what it is like to be kissed by your light. You are my infinity's ink, birthless, timeless, and immortal, blotting a peerless manuscript on my soul. Da Vinci's Mona may fade away, for she lies in time, while you, my adorable empress, most magnificent one, holds me effortlessly in a timeless orb of excellence, leaving me bemused and intoxicated by the aroma of thy love. London Carrier, thank you.
What a great day. You're the light of my today, tomorrow, and day after. Every day. Wonderful rendition, as always, my dear Acharya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining and,
Thank you
sharing
for
your.
invitation.
Give it up for Acharya, my dear friends, and please welcome Dr. Gopal Purdhani.
You're still muted, sir.
Yes. Gopal sir, please unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please.
मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा था कि मैं आज एक ऐसे टॉपिक पर करें जिसको आप कंट्रीब्यूशन टॉपिक कह सकते हैं, ये कह सकते हैं कि ऐसा हो नहीं सकता, लेकिन इंसानियत सबसे ऊपर है। इंसानों में इंसानियत का गुण जो है वो सबसे ऊपर है। एक बेबस बच्ची, 4 साल की बेबस बच्ची, कमजोर बच्ची जो कुछ कर नहीं पाती, वो अपनी ताकत कैसे दिखाती है। तो एक मैं छोटा सा इंसिडेंट सुना रहा हूं जिसमें बेबसी की शक्ति बयान है और शक्ति नजर आएगी आपको। मैं घटना सुना रहा हूं कि कुछ ही दिन पहले की बात सुनाता हूं। बेबसी और इंसानियत की एक तस्वीर दिखाता हूं। हुआ यूं कि मैं और मेरा बेटा पार्क में घूमने गए। सैर करके पार्क से लौटने को हुए, देखा कि एक गरीब परिवार के कुछ लोग पाइप से पानी भर रहे थे। जो पाइप पानी देता है पौधों को, उससे पानी भर रहे थे। साफ पानी है कि नहीं है उनको कुछ पता नहीं। वो अपना बर्तन, प्लास्टिक के बर्तन, मिट्टी के बर्तन, उनमें पानी भर।
Sorry, you're muted. Please unmute your mic. Please unmute your mic, sir. सर माइक बंद हो गई, प्लीज अनम्यूट कीजिएगा प्लीज। अनम्यूट कीजिएगा आप सर प्लीज। माइक को ऑन करिएगा प्लीज। प्लीज अनम्यूट योर माइक।
माइक ऑन कर दिया जी।
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now.
Can I get you now?
Yes, we can hear you now, sir.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yes.
मैं एक घटना सुना रहा था। एक मजबूरी में कितनी ताकत होती है। कोई लोग कहते हैं जब जो इंसान मजबूर है उसमें ताकत तो हो ही नहीं सकती, वो कहाँ से ताकत लाएगा। लेकिन इंसानियत सबसे बड़ी चीज है। इंसानियत ऐसी गुण है, इंसानों में अगर इंसानियत है वो ऐसा गुण है जो एक मजबूर बच्चे को भी खूब ताकतवर बना देता है। मैं आपसे बात करूं कि 4 साल की बच्ची को वो अपने घर के काम के लिए मजबूर है, नहीं कर सकती, लेकिन उसी की कहानी सुना रहा हूं कि कुछ दिन ही पहले की एक बात सुनाता हूं। बेबसी और इंसानियत की तस्वीर दिखाता हूं। हुआ यूं, मैं और मेरा बेटा पार्क में घूमने गए। सैर करके पार्क से हम लौटने को हुए, देखा एक गरीब परिवार, कुछ लोग पाइप से पानी भर रहे, प्लास्टिक के बर्तन भरकर उठाकर लौटने को हुए। माँ और उसकी बेटी आगे चलने को हुई। दूसरी लगभग 4 वर्ष की बच्ची वहीं रुकी रही। 4 वर्ष की बच्ची वहीं रुकी रही। उससे ना पानी का वो बर्तन उठाया जाता था, और वो क्या करती है कि मासूम बेबस अखियों से उसने देखा इस तरह जैसे हम दोनों को वो कुछ बात समझा रही हो। अकस्मात अचानक मेरे बेटे ने उसके बर्तन उठा लिए और वो दोनों गेट की तरफ इकट्ठे चल पड़े। बाहर पार्क के फुटपाथ पर उनका खुला घर था, ना कोई दीवार ना कोई छत। बाहर पार्क में के फुटपाथ पर उनका खुला घर था। बेटे ने वही पानी संभल कर रख दिया। उसके बाद बेटा मेरी तरफ मुड़ के मुस्कुराया, जैसे कह रहा हो कि आज मैंने एक अच्छा काम कर दिया। मैंने कहा, इसके सिवा कुछ और भी देखा है? मैंने बेटे को कहा कि मैंने उसके सिवा कुछ और भी देखा है। उसने कहा, आपने दिल में क्या बुलेखा है? उसने कहा, आपके दिल में क्या बुलेखा? मैंने कहा, मैंने देखा है कि बेबसी कैसे हुक्म चलाती है। मैंने कहा कि मैंने देखा है कि बेबसी मजबूरी कैसे हुक्म चलाती है। वहीं पर एक यही जोत हमने जलानी है। हम कवियों को इस बात समझानी है। वो बेटे को उसने जब रहम की नजरों से देखा, वो बेटे में इंसानियत जाग उठी। उसने उसका सामान उठा के उसके घर तक ले गया, जो घर फुटपाथ पर था। ना उसकी कोई छत थी ना उसकी दीवार थी। नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar. Maria, may I ask you to come forward and read your poem?
Good evening, everyone. Good morning from Brazil. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Prasanna. I'm very happy to be with you all once more. My poem for today, the title is Friends. Hope you appreciate it. Friend, hey there, what's going on? You passed by me and not a glance at. What happened to you? Are you the same as yesterday? We are friends, aren't we? I know you're feeling down. I see your blue days. But don't let that dark shadow get close to your heart. If there's a shadow coming and going, set it free. Take a deep breath, puff out to the air. Once, twice, thrice, so many times as you need to alleviate any pain. Ephemeral is life. Don't waste time foolishly. We are born to be happy, here in the sky above. Believe in me, friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Maria. Thank you so much. Mernal Kanti Ghosh, sir, would you come forward and read your poem? You're muted, sir.
Hear me, please. I am reading my 2 little poems. My first poem is Bengali poems. Name is Shat Jelia. দুপুরের নির্জন বাতাসে চড়া রোদ, মাথার উপরে মরা সুপরির ঝোপ, আয়লার বিষাক্ত গন্ধ, বটের মাথার উপর মৌমাছির চাষ, এলোমেলো তারই পাশ দিয়ে ইতস্তত ছড়ানো ভাঙা খড়ের বাঁকা বাড়ি, উকি মারে বিষাক্ত সাপের ফনা। সন্ধ্যার বিবর্ণ আকাশে চাঁদ উঁকি মারলে পড়ে মনে হয় প্রকৃতি আবার শান্ত হলে নিয়ে যাব সবকিছু, বিধ্বস্ত ভাঙা ঘর, বিবর্ণ ছড়ানো পায়ের ছাপ, ফণি মনসার ঝোপের ধারে বাতাবি লেবুর গন্ধে মনে হয় শুয়ে থাকি এখন একা মাটির গন্ধের নিচে। My next poetry is English. Moonlight. I walked into the deep dark forest in the restless pine forest. Hazy shadow of moonlight, distance from the unawakened footsteps. Mysterious dream, I walked alone and listless. Sleepless forest, unawakened night. Somebody is calling from the deep lightless night. The mountains are silent here. Beautiful moonlight is bright here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. May I invite Dr. Rupali Sircar? Would you please come forward and read your poem?
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, President. Now look at that. The whole thing has jumped out. Could you give me some more time? Maybe somebody could read. I've got to fix this.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Be glad to.
Yeah.
May I invite Mausumi Halder? Would you please come forward and read your poem?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My special thanks to Kumar Prasanna sir and Richard sir and the Fertile Brains. Today I'm going to recite one poem about the Garhwal Hills. As I live near the foothills of the Himalayas, so I'm going to describe my poem about Garhwal Hills. I have mentioned here the rhododendron trees. They are known as the glory of Himalayas. So the title of my poem is The Serene Beauty of Hills. In the hills, the rhododendron trees are blooming in the hues of flaming reds. The apple and the pear tree blooms are in fragrant milky whites. Somewhere in the hilly steppe farming lands, the orange trees too are decked up with their white flowers. The rice, potato, and the sweet corns are flourishing in the hills so abundantly. The geraniums and the convolvulus flowers too are blooming in flaming orange and purple and beige. The pink wild roses are here and there. Oh, what a beauty and picturesque view. Here spring in its full splendor. The small cottages in the hills are looking so beautiful, with the roofs having the vines of pumpkins with the ripe and the unripe fruits. The narrow paths between the pines and the deodars, the gentle streams near the meadows, and the whistling thrush singing her song now and then. The cottony clouds seem just a stone's throw from the hilly terrain. The magpies often flying over your head. The serene beauty of hills seems beyond beautiful. It suits my heart, mind, and soul, and I am feeling euphoric, complete, and whole. That's the end of my rendition. Thanks everyone for listening to my poem. Thank you
so very much. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm ready, Richard. I could do that now.
Okay, let me ask you to wait one moment. I'd like to do boy, girl, if I may.
Okay, fine.
As long as we have, but then you'll be next, okay? May I ask Devendra, sir, would you like to come forward and read your poem?
Readable?
Oops, there you go. I can hear you now. Oops, you're muted again. You're muted again, sir. Devendra, you're muted, my friend. Nope, still muted. Hit the little microphone button so that we can hear you. There we go. There we go.
Sorry for
Please.
that.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. A bitter reality. Today he stands utterly alone, stripped of house, of hearth, of home. Yesterday he taught the truth of Tolstoy and Shakespeare, reciting Wordsworth and Tagore for every ear to hear. A master of language, a scholar of renown, a sharp-minded brilliance was his golden crown. He spun the tales of legends, their trumps and their ways, filling young minds with hopes for better days. Without a book, without a note in hand, like a wild flower's scent drifting across the land, with words chosen finely, with grace and with art, he taught his students from the depth of his heart, loving them dearly as if they were his own, in the world where his ego was never once shown. He first befriended the blackboard and the chalk, then learned with the whiteboard and computers to talk. Through thunder and hailstorm, through wind and through rain, he stayed devoted to the knowledge he had gained. That labor of love kept his small stove alight, feeding his family through the chill of the night. His only true treasures, his pride and his glee, were his students' success and his family's harmony. But the tides of the time turned, cruel and unkind, as his eyesight grew dim and his hearing declined. Sent away from his service, his purpose no need, the clouds of neglect eclipsed his life's sun. When the earnings vanished, the insults crept in. From the very children he had raised to win, the house he had built with his sweat and his soul became a cold desert, tucking in its toll. Unable to suffer the sting of the shame, with a heart tired of playing a heartless game, one night he left the legacy he had built with such care and vanished like a smoke into the midnight air. They say he wandered off with no path in sight, far from the loved ones who extinguished his light. Today, he has everything in the wealth of his mind, yet possesses nothing that he has left behind. Caught in the cycle of time's ruthless sea, he lives in a shroud of pure solitary. Once a dreamer of dreams, now he withers away. Once a dreamer of dreams, now he withers away, treating his past like a ghost of the day, treating his past like a ghost of the day. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much. Namaste. Okay, next up. Dr. Rupali, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So thank you all for inviting me. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Prasanna. And good evening, all dear friends. Since we're all the time, talking about war and talking about this war that's going on in another country, this is called Arjuna's War. Arjuna is also the name of my son, and he's also, Arjuna was this great warrior who is, the main hero of the Battle of Kurukshetra, which is in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna's War. The year Arjuna turned 7, the game machine shop down the road was still full of eager kids. Coins jingled in their pockets. Aircrafts crashed into cities and the screens lit up. Kid hands manipulated the speeding cars and the aircraft and the men who ran with guns through mazes. Total power was in their small hands. We were training kids to kill. Then one day, not too long ago, technology brought home a real war. It entered our apartments through newly fixed dish antennas called cable TVs, a new magical wonder. 42 countries held hands to fight a hard war, and we reclined in our soft beds and some worn out sofas to watch ancient civilizations and their people pulverized and razed to the ground for all and in the name for oil and in the name of liberation. They called it the Gulf War. Arjuna's pockets no longer jingled with pleated coins. He hid behind curtains and watched with fear and mounting excitement the enactment of his imagination and the gaming machine. He no longer asked for coins. The kid clientele vanished and the game shop closed down. Glued to the television, now eagerly they watched a real war. Come quickly, Arjuna would scream. They're sending a Scud missile. In faraway Tel Aviv, children hurriedly pulled gas masks over their frightened faces. A smell of scalded milk filled the air. I left the milk boiling on the stove to watch. Plane loads were returning home, dreams of prosperity shattered, a desert storm unleashed. They returned home from the frying pan into the fire. Here, the stench of hatred and anger was like forest fire spreading. Brutal violence questioned whose temple and whose mosque it was. In the name of Ram and in the name of Rahim, bloodshed accompanied by dead bodies arrived at our horrified doors. We no longer felt safe. Our reclining bodies enjoyed the Gulf War were now frozen with fear. Here there were no missiles, nor that wrenched the sky. The placid lake sandwiched between the twin cities had turned red. What is that, Mama? Arjuna shrieked. Something was bobbing up and down, disturbing the once placid water. It was a human head. Wings spread wide, cormorants were circling the sky. I pulled him away. Let's go, my horror-filled voice rasped. This was the year when Arjuna turned 7. So violence is not just happening between countries, it's happening in our own country, in our own towns, in our cities, in our villages. So this is a story about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rupali. Wonderful. May I ask Shyamaprasad Patnaik, please, would you come forward and read your poem?
Thank you, Prasanna sir and Richard Spisak sir for invitation. And today is the World Laughter Day. That's why I am going to recite one poem on laughter. The title of my poem is Laughter Brings Smile. And here it goes. Laughter. Heal wounds require no medicine. Laughter, heal wounds require no medicine. Paint transient life with hues of love and laughter. Laugh and make others laugh, keeping away from worries. A time-tested panacea for all mental agonies. Cutting jokes makes you grin, the ideal stress reliever. Laughter brings smile, it has power to overcome sadness. Smiling face reflects inner contentment of happiness. Learn art of laughter from standing comedians and clowns. Chuckling aloud allows immense joyous hormone secretion. Giggles evoke positive vibes, keeping away from depression. Laughter disperses enchanting aromas everywhere. It develops friendship, fastens bonding of camaraderie, emanates divine love, peace, and builds fellow feeling. Laughter calms brain of unruly child, pacify into sleeping. Subdue hatred, violence, and discrimination by laughter. Cruel hearts can be owned by invincible weapon of laughter. And that is the end of my poem. Thanks for watching and listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I think, is it Biserka? I think you're next. Could you come forward and read your poem, please? You're still muted. Still muted?
Hallo,
There we go.
ich komm. That's okay?
Yes, please recite your poem.
Oh,
thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good life to the poet and war to the war to the everything. To love as a family and friends. Okay?
Okay.
Today, my song is Kraljica života to Croatia. Biba, ich Biserka Vuković to Croatia. Queen Life. Das Name to the meine poem. Nemaš bez razloga ime kraljica života. Žena ljepša od Venere, najblistavijim biserima ukrašena. Daješ svjetlost, provijaš rane duboke, liječiš srca bolesna. Daješ nadu tužnim dušama, na svjetlosti tijelu ti treperi, okružena si bezvremenskom ljubavi. I dijeliš je toplinom svojih pokreta, daruješ sebe samu, kao topla suza. Hrabrost je tvoja ko u junaka dična, izvor si bistre vode, koja snagom svojom drobi kamenje i pretvara ga u bisere sjajne. Na glavi ti brista kluna, uljepšana u sjajnoj kosi svilenoj. Zatamniti nitko ne može, sve da i hoće. Snažna je ta kraljica života. Dok šapćem pjesmom svojom o životu i ljubavi, iz izvora ističe i slapovi vodopada. Pjevaju tvoju pjesmu. Žena, vječni si štit kopna i mora, kraljice života, zaštitnice ljubavi. Naš si spas i čuvarica naših domova. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for your lovely poem. Thank you. Next,
Thank you, yes.
Dr. Nalini Tandon. Please bring your poem forward.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prasanna ji. And I'm going to recite a very short poem. This is about Mother's Day is coming, and there are certain mothers in this world who do not get their dues and their voices are choked. So my poem is called Choked Silences. Their world was silent, a silence shrouded in layers of clothes. Courage was unknown unless prodded. Their birth was welcomed with stony faces. Their growth was trampled on the roads of life. No words, no traces. Voices screamed around them, but only within the inner courtyards, with no permission to admire the trees and the flowers. Books were alien, perjury touched their hands. Desires were shredded into 1,000 strands. Obeisance was expected, nay, demanded. Into a myriad tiny particles, their hopes were crushed. Growth was stunted by the thousand chains of customs, snuffing out the vibrant tree of valiance. Any protest met a violent end, life snuffed out, humanity pierced with a bleeding wound. Yet they strode forth, holding on to a tenuous thread of faith. Perhaps someday someone will hear their choked silences and take up the cudgel to respond and light a spark of hope. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was lovely. May I ask Padma, would you please come forward and read your poem?
Yeah. Hello. Namaste. Good evening.
Namaste.
The innocent children with purity of mind, like an empty slate, stand before me. With a quest to search and acquire knowledge, they amazingly discover me one fine day. I'm an instrument between the God and curious children. They enable me to play a game, role, and part. I know not what I do. I see not the results even. I teach, advise, and guide. They listen and follow the path of discovery. In fact, I teach not, I train not either. They enable me ever to teach, instruct, inspire, or influence. Their eyes brighten at once with an awe, the minds modify, and the souls satisfy in the path of growth. I touch their brains like Ma Saraswati. I often counsel them and guide parents while they trot gently in the shielding glow. They explore the new avenues. Is it a magical touch? Unknown, unseen, and unimaginable? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed. I would like to invite Meena Chauhan. Forgive my my pronunciation, please.
Okay, Richard. Thank you so much.
You
Good
at least
evening,
could
Rich.
figure out who I was talking to.
I'm Meena Chauhan. Okay. Good evening, Richard and Prasanna, and all my dear poet friends. So today I'm going to read one Hindi poem. That is Ghar, home. घर घर होता है सबका प्यारा, घर होता है सबका प्यारा, जिसमें होता प्यार बहुत सारा, जिसमें होता प्यार बहुत सारा। घर होता है सबका न्यारा, जिसमें रहता है खुशियाँ, जिसमें रहता है खुशियाँ। थके हुए जब घर आए, घर में आराम पाए। थके हुए जब घर आए, घर में आराम पाए। घर इसीलिए तो मंदिर कहलाए, घर इसीलिए तो मंदिर कहलाए। चार दीवारों से बनता है मकान, चार दीवारों से बनता है मकान। प्यार और विश्वास से बनता है घर, प्यार और विश्वास से बनता है घर। माँ की ममता, पिता का प्यार, घर है एक खुशियों का संसार। माँ की ममता, पिता का प्यार, घर है एक खुशियों का संसार। घर वो घर नहीं, घर वो घर नहीं जहाँ कोई किसी का नहीं सुनता। घर वो घर नहीं जहाँ कोई किसी की नहीं सुनता। घर गतिमान नहीं होता, स्थिर होता है। घर गतिमान नहीं होता, स्थिर होता है, जहाँ सबकी समझदारी होता है, जहाँ सबकी समझदारी होता है। पर कुछ घर गतिमान है, पर कुछ घर गतिमान है, परिवर्तनशील है। इसका आकार प्रकार स्थिर नहीं, इसका आकार प्रकार स्थिर नहीं। इसका आकार पीपल की छाया, सड़क की पटरी, रेलवे की प्लेटफॉर्म, सड़क के किनारे पड़े पाइप, उजाड़ पार्क, ठहरी हुई फुटपाथ, या फिर रात के अंधेरा सुना सड़क। वो तकदीर वाले होते हैं जिन्हें स्थिर घर होता है। वो तकदीर वाले होते हैं जिन्हें स्थिर घर होता है। हमें अपने स्थिर घर को संभाल के रखना होगा। घर एक अनमोल रत्न है, इसकी रक्षा करना हमारा धर्म है। इसकी रक्षा करना हमारा धर्म है। सॉरी, छोटी सी पोएम।
Thank you so much. Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik, would you please come forward and read your poem?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity you have given me. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik from India. Want to wish happy Laughter Day. Today is Laughter Day. Laughter has so many benefits. It can stimulate many organs, enhances your intake of oxygen-rich air, stimulates heart, lungs, muscles, increases endorphins that are released by your brain. It activates and relieves stress response. It is true, laughter is a gift of God. The title of the poem is In Close Proximity. In close proximity, the poem runs like this. It's always my laughter that brings you in so close and intimate. It's always my laughter that brings you in so close and intimate. Does fragrance of laughter wear wings, flying about you, trying out your resilience? Does fragrance of laughter wear wings, flying about you, trying out your resilience? Laughter is my song, something more, whose echoes heard from all corners. Laughter is my song, something more, whose echoes heard from all corners. You feel my laughter, I feel yours. In joy, our heart beats faster. You feel my laughter, I feel yours. In joy, our heart beats faster. When laughter begins, blood returns to the veins, sun shines. When laughter begins, blood returns to the veins, sun shines. It is the sun that takes away the burdens of our loneliness. It is the sun that takes away the burdens of our loneliness. Its best medicine decreases stress, creates lyrics of love in children's voices. Its best medicine decreases stress, creates lyrics of love in children's voices. It's true that children in love with laughter drives away winter from their faces. It's true that children in love with laughter drives away winter from their faces. This is the end of my rendition. Thanks, dear friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much and happy Lobster Day. Learn something new every day. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. May I invite Heera Nawaz. Would you please come forward with your poem?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Yeah, there's some problem with my laptop, so the photograph won't come big. I don't know why.
Well, you sound wonderful. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I was so happy to listen to all the poets and poetesses. Such beautiful poems. I really admired all of you. And now I'm going to read my poem. It's called, I'm writing a book on 21 poems in tribute to God. And I have written 21 poems, each of 21 lines. And in the weeks to follow, I'll read out some of these poems. Now, today I'm reading out this poem called Seek God's Blessing. This is, I'm right, the reason why I have got so much of admiration to God, because I was going through a very difficult time. And I believe because I prayed to God, I'm still alive today. And I really mean it.
So this is a poem written after the fact that he saved me. Belief and reliance on God can be shown in love for nature, the mountains and trees, which are as real and authentic as the balmy spring breeze. One can discern God's blessings by spiritually keeping a gratitude book. God is impressed by the innocence of our hearts and not by our look. One can see God's blessings through the Bible and the theology books we read. God judges us by alignment and heart, not by a color, caste, or creed. When we surrender and are still, we can listen to God without hesitation, and we can listen to God mindfully via ardent meditation. God stays with us at rock bottom, and He is the sole reason why I am still alive. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and because of Him, I can survive. God wants us to be joyful and seek His blessings and goodwill for everything. He did not punish the wayward prodigal son, but welcomed him with a coat and ring. Almighty Father God is our Heavenly Father, the Savior of us all. He will never forsake us or leave us, but He will pick us up after every fall. We seek His blessings, for His compassion is undefined. We bow our heads in utter adoration and repent and atone before the divine. When we have a pressing issue, a burning problem, or are broken in love, our shattered hearts are repaired and healed by God above. At a junction, if we fail in our examination and are feeling low, God's tender heart melts, and through His beautiful heart, His love does flow. Indeed, God's love is beyond measure. He is without a doubt our greatest treasure. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so very much. And Nalini, are you with us? Nalini's iPhone? Nalini's iPhone, are you with us? Okay, that's good. We'll come back to you again. Dr. Molly Joseph, welcome. Welcome. Would you come forward with your poem, my dear?
Thank you, Rick. So nice to be with fertile brains again, dear prisoner, and all my poet pals. I hope I'm audible enough. Okay,
yes.
Rick? Yeah. Here is a short poem I present on my life, my journey. The caption: there it flows, my journey. I take you all with me, the morns that walk up with me for the much awaited dawns, the nights of languid slumber endured in dreams of delirious pain and pleasure. I take you all with me. The flowers who smiled and waved, the touch-me nods that winked to pave way, the dotting eyes that followed us blessings and care, those shadows that fell on my way, I take you all with me. The sweet faces puckered in smiles, unconditional. The love that bide its way round the corner. And a call from behind that echoed to fade. I take you all with me. The crimson red cheeks of the blushing eve. The moody moons peep into waters serene. The dream that fell and broke on the cheek like a teardrop. I take you all with me. Content, grateful to receive. Having received, there it flows, my journey. Thank you, dears. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Molly. Wonderful. Okay, next up, we've got Amrutha Lakshmi's Pod. There we go. I bet that's not your name.
Sir. Sir,
Thank you so much.
I am participating in this phone. I am participating. Thank you, Prasanna and Richards ji. I am very much thankful to you. Day before yesterday is the May Day. It is the day for working people. On that one poem. Tribute, salute. కార్మణ్యముతో శశమును కూర్మం ఓడించి శ్రమకు కూర్పగ ఖ్యాతిన్ మార్మికముల నిరుగని నిజ కార్మికుడందించు పనికి కైమోట్పిడదన్ ధార్మికులై చార్మికమగు ఫార్మాలుగా కానిపించు పనివారలకై తీర్మానించుచునుంటిని కార్మికుల కొసంగవలయు గౌరవమనుచున్ ఘర్షణెరుగక భూమిని కరుషుగా దున్ని ప్రజకు కానుకలిడగన్ కర్షకుడే సంఘమునకు హర్షకుడగు గుణయుతుడని అభినందింతును తర్షితములన్ని దిచ్చుచు మర్షిగా పేరొందినట్టి మహితాత్ముని నే వర్షిష్ఠునిగా దలచుచు కర్షకునకు ప్రతిదినంబు కరములు మొట్టున్ మనమున కార్మిక కర్షక దినమున వెలిగెడు ప్రభలను తిలకించుచు కారణ జన్ములను దలంచుచు రణజీవుల కొసగుతుంటి రక్తాశ్రువులం. Meaning, the working people, the labor, the farmers, they are the real people who are working for the whole society. There is a tortoise which has defeated the rabbit because of its effort. So, effort will be given more importance than the resources. Tortoise has made so much efforts, but rabbit has not made that much effort. That's why tortoise has defeated the rabbit. Like that, the people who are working, they are only contributing to the welfare of the people. Though they are like a candle. They are diminishing themselves and give light to the others. So they are the people without any conflict. They are working, and they will come to the limelight. They will be the prominent in the society. We have to give more and more importance to the working people, to the farmers, to the downtrodden people, to those people. That's why on this day, I congratulate all my friends, all my working people and let us unite and let us do something better to the society. This is the meaning of the poem, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Namaskar. May I invite Saraswati Paswal to come forward with her poem or song?
Yes,
Good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam to everyone. It was wonderful listening, everyone. K. Kumar Prasanna ji, thank you once again. And Richard sir, Rupali ma'am, wonderful listening, all the poets. I'll go with one of the piece today. I have written today. One second, I'll go with that. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है. It's a small ghazal I have written today itself in the evening, so that I'm going to sing. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, एक हो जाए सारी दुनिया जाने क्यों लड़ती है. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, एक हो जाए सारी दुनिया जाने क्यों ये लड़ती है. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, क्या लेके आया इंसान, क्या लेके आया इंसान, क्या साथ लेके जाएगा, क्या लेके आया इंसान, क्या साथ ले जाएगा. बस इतनी सी है तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है. सिकंदर भी यहाँ, सिकंदर भी यहाँ जीती हुई बाजी हारा था, सिकंदर भी यहाँ एक दिन जीती बाजी हारा था. पोरस की विराट साहस से, पोरस के विराट साहस से वो भी चला गया था, जीती हुई बाजी को सिकंदर भी यहाँ हारा. बस इतनी सी है तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है. कोई भूखा यहाँ ना सोए, कोई भूखा यहाँ ना सोए, और किसी नादां पर जुर्म न होए. कोई भूखा यहाँ ना सोए, और ना किसी नादां पे जुर्म यहाँ होए. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है. किसी मासूम के पिता का साया न छीने कोई, किसी मासूम के पिता का साया न छीने कोई, कोई अपना जहां में जुदा होए ना कोई, कोई अपना किसी का जहां में जुदा ना होए कोई. बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है, बस इतनी सी तमन्ना मेरे दिल में उमड़ती है. धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया. कुछ त्रुटियां थी, धन्यवाद. और क्योंकि लिखा मैंने शाम में ही और आपके साथ साझा करने का दिल किया, उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आएगी. इट वॉज अ स्मॉल ट्राई. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you very much. That was lovely.
Thank you so
May
much.
I call? You're very welcome. May I call on Varsha Sharma? Varsha Sharma, are you with us? Okay, I'll come back to you. Dr. Anita Sharma. Oh, there we go. Varsha, would you please come forward with your poem?
Hi. A very good evening to everyone across the world.
You're kind of soft. Speak closer to your microphone, please.
Done. 1 second. Now, is it fine? Am I properly audible now?
You could be a little louder, but go ahead.
Okay.
We want to make sure to hear your poem.
Done. I'll be a little louder. Okay. एक गजल है जो आप सबके साथ साझा करूंगी. कलम कागज पे चल जाए, कलम कागज पे चल जाए तो शायद नींद आ जाए. कलम कागज पे चल जाए तो शायद नींद आ जाए. गजल लफ्जों में पल जाए तो शायद नींद आ जाए, तो शायद नींद आ जाए. कोई है जिसका कि दामन छूटना मुश्किल. कोई है जिसका कि दामन छूटना मुश्किल. घड़ी आशा की टल शायद नींद आ जाए, तो शायद नींद आ जाए. अंधेरा और गहराई तो ठहरा आँख में आंसू. अंधेरा और गहराई तो ठहरा आँख में आंसू. पलक की कोर ढल तो शायद नींद आ जाए, तो शायद नींद आ जाए. नहीं बर्दाश्त होती अब छुअन कोई भी ठंडी सी. नहीं बर्दाश्त होती अब छुअन कोई भी ठंडी सी. जरा गर्मी निकल जाए तो शायद नींद आ जाए, तो शायद नींद आ जाए. बदन के चंद हिस्सों की तसल्ली नहीं काफी. बदन के चंद हिस्सों की तसल्ली नहीं काफी. पता को ये तो शायद नींद आ जाए, तो शायद नींद आ जाए. कलम कागज पे चल जाए तो शायद नींद आ जाए. गजल लफ्जों तो शायद Shukriya.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you could join us. I hope you come back again. Welcome to your first time here. Come back again, okay?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Dr. Anita Sharma, would you come forward with your poem?
Good evening and namaste to one and all present here. And once again, I'm glad to be part of this in a very prestigious platform which is given to us by Prasanna ji. Thank you, Prasanna ji, for this. And today I'm going to talk about war and peace because too much of pain is being seen all around the world due to the war. So I have written a piece on the war and peace. And here's one more poem in Hindi, if you permit me, then I'll read that. That is actually yesterday I had been to one of the party at in one of the club. So I found there was a painting was being hanged on one of the wall, and that painting was of a woman working a poor woman, a proletariat woman who was working on the road, and she was carrying her baby. And somehow I was very much, disappointed how the rich people, the people who were there in the party, they were actually celebrating the artist. But I don't think anyone was talking about the pain of, that woman. So that hurt me a lot in the party, and I tried to, you know, write down the pain, which I got there in Hindi. So I'll read the Hindi poem later on. But first, let me talk about the war and peace, which is going on all across the world these days. I think title is the same, War and Peace. Life on Earth is like a battlefield in dearth, in a conflict zone. A human soul is often wrapped in a frame of suspicion and suspicion and mortal goals. Warfare whispers, rumors loud like the lightning of a cloud. Peace is fragile like the shadow of silence, stubborn enough to echo the pain of prejudice. Desire laced with missiles, digest prudence of the mites. The forgotten peace and mercy dances around the fire of uncertainty, with terrifying pangs of hunger in disgust. War hovers the graves of the innocents who, in need and despair, shriek in fuss, being poor orphans, slaves, or comfort girls. The clash with the egoist self and society is like a rope mistaken for a serpent. Bound in illusions, clash dissolves peace so that a fractured sky with fighter planes rains across a satanic field over the greens instead of human greed, silencing people on street. The exhausted earth with burned scars curses sleepless nights to the sire, like the birds flying in a forest fire. The children, women, and men inherit scary memories of collapse in creed, caste, community, and concrete, with dispersion, depression, and degradation. The much negotiable, feeble peace of after a monstrous war is often unuttered and unspoken, like a tide in a sea storm that butchers pretty fishes in suffice. The war dead generations follow and pledge peace. For the centuries to reach, the victory in war is futile, as it rides over the fallen people like a farmer harvesting a miracle. Let pearls of spiritual wisdom prevail peace across the borders, fenced as weak and mighty indeed, for the harmonious deed and coexistence of human seed. Thank you so much. And if you permit me, I'll read the Hindi poem.
A short one, I hope.
Yeah, okay. So the title of my Hindi poem is Shram. Shram means the hard work. A poor woman working on the road. And it was a painting in one of the hall, and people were talking about that painting, and but no one was able to see the pain of that in a woman. Everyone was talking about the beauty of the artist, the colors, and other aspects. So I wrote on that pain of that in a woman. श्रम करती स्त्री की तस्वीर सजी है टंगी है उस दीवार पर ऊंचे महलों के चौबारों पर जहां हर शाम साथ हो लिए जाम हाथों में देश के कर्णधार समाज के सूत्रधार उस आधी उठी साड़ी में झांकता धूप से तपा बदन लिए हाथ में हथौड़ा ऊपर उठती बाजू खिसकता पल्लू और दूध पीता बालक गर्मी से हैं दोनों बेहाल टपकती हैं पसीने की बूंदें सूखे होंठ धंसती आंखें खिंची मांसपेशियां दर्द से कराहते होंठ सब मिलकर घूरते घंटों उस तस्वीर को करते तारीफ उस हाथ की जिसने भरा है रंग इस कैनवस पर उस गरीब स्त्री के श्रम से बोझिल आंखें वो जीवंत होते पल केवल बढ़ाए दाम उस कला की जो बिके लाखों में, बधाई के पात्र बने वो कलाकार और ये संसार, क्योंकि निष्ठुर समाज को है पसंद वेदना से परिपूर्ण कलाकृति। जो विकृत मानसिकता से सरोबार, महलों के मालिक लिए हाथों में जाम, हंसी ठिठोली करते घूरते फिरते उस लाचार माँ की मजबूरी को, श्रम करती स्त्री भरी धूप में, आधे मन आधे तन आधे प्रेम में, आधे वस्त्रों में और आधी भूख में। कल भी भरती थी तिजोरी इन सामंतों की करके श्रम धूप में, और आज भी भरती है इनकी तिजोरी बन तस्वीर इस दीवार की। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much. Namaskar. May I invite Nitsumita Sakia? Nitsumita Sakia, are you with us? Would you like to come forward and read your poem?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
I am here only. Thank you,
Wonderful.
sir. Thank you for inviting me. And happy to join again this platform and
Wonderful to
seeing
have you
all the
back.
writers and poets. Am I audible, sir, properly?
Yes, yes, you sound beautiful.
Okay, thank you. So here I would recite a poem. The title of the poem is Mute as Ever. I am deflowered at the will of not mine, but a storm. I am deflowered at the will of not mine, but a storm, far cruel and dangerous than the wild predators of nature. How many springs have showered upon me and my body, never mattered but flash. Milky tooth doesn't evoke that purest love anymore when eyes poke into our soul and burn it forever. Deflowered at the will of not mine, but destroyed, wounded, and crippled by a group of lunatics, by a monster, at times at the cost of life. And you find me dead, dumped in a gutter, if not then into pieces, somewhere in a cruddy corner. Story begins with survival, being raped. Life embarks into a world that nobody desired, yet told by this scrawny society to behave, for my body is now grimy. Nothing can wipe out that filth, even if I bleed to death. Like a castaway, I walk the path of rejection, being raped. Society loves to deal with me in every stage, but can live happily with the rapist. And astonished audience remains mute, always mute as a. Thank you.
Thank you for that powerful poem.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar. May I invite Jayashree Ray? Would you bring us your poem?
Good evening. Good evening, all of my poets. Now I am celebrating Rabindranath Tagore's birthday. This is 9th May. I want to read from Gitanjali, a Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore. From Gitanjali. I am only waiting for love to give myself up at least into his hand. That is why it is so late. And why I have been guilty of such omissions. They come with their laws and their codes. So behind me first, but I erase them later. For I am only waiting for love. I am waiting for love to give myself up at least into his hands. People blame me and call me headless. I doubt it. Not they are right in their blame. The market day is over and work is all done for the busy. Those who came to call me in vain have gone back in anger. I am only waiting for love. I am only waiting for love to give myself up at least into my hands, into his hands. I am only waiting for love. I am only waiting for love to give myself up at least into his hands. That is why this is my love. This is my love, great poet Rabindranath Tagore. This is my love, the eminent poet Rabindranath Tagore. And this is my love, the universe. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank all you wonderful poets and bring up the master himself, our brother Prasanna Kumar, to read our closing poem today. Prasanna.
I want my own poetry. This is my own poetry book from Jayashree Calm and Behold.
We typically only read one poem each, my dear.
Thank you, sir. This is my poetry. This is my poetry, The Treasure House. We have left behind us an unmistakable trail of relationship. Oh, my forerunners, we have inherited from you the priceless air, water, forests around us. Centuries ago, prophets of wisdom asked the treasure house knowledge which we still live by. You certainly tell us not that everything left behind is invariably meaningless. Your teaching continue to inspire us to wait the patience. That is how today we, the posterity, want to reinvent the new versions of the Upanishad. Our Upanishad and Gita is a mythology of Hindu mythology, and this is my treasure house. This is our treasure house. Like Bible, like Quran and Gita and Upanishad, my treasure house. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Brother Prasanna, sir, would you close us out for the day?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me. This is it's about, it's based on a painting that I have written. I think you could see this painting. Yeah. There I laid my step on the petals of exotic resplendence. Rare pose I assume while dancing to the rhythm. No rain nor sun, still I get drenching while moving my body in either ways. In the realms of joyous shower of icicles. For me, dancing is the ultimate zen of philosophy. I go higher and higher by pirouetting my skin and skull in ecstasy. The state I dreamt to unite with eternal entity. Some call it cosmic dalliance, some call it sensual romance. But I lay myself dancing to the tunes, holding the pistol of floral efflorescence, and at a time when the divine lotus blossoms. Well, whatever you can take me as, I remain yours, unreally poetess. Thank you. Thank you for hosting Thank you for being on the show.
My
buddy.
pleasure to be of some small assistance. Thank you to all you wonderful poets, and I'll leave you in the good hands of my brother, Prasanna Kumar.
Thank you, my dear friends, and thank you, Richard.
Richard. Thank you.
For joining. I'm looking forward for your joining same time, same day, next week. Thank you, Shwetha ma'am, for joining. It was such a powerful poem. Brilliant. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Prasanna. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.